everyone, how are you? I hope you are listening to me well. So good all together. Hello, now? Can you hear me now? Now, can you hear me? Okay. So most of the people says you can hear me well, so maybe the problem is yours. So let's begin, because lots of people are saying that they can hear me well, so maybe it's your problem. I have good internet here, so everything is good. I had so many settings that I have no idea what I was touching, so I'm like an old guy, so that's what I need to do now to see what I was touching. So now, okay, I I just choose another thing. Sorry, no glasses. So today, let's begin with the throat chakra related to the physical week in the constellation of Virgo. So remember that the throat chakra is the one related to the expression. So it's related with education, with the process of learning. Related with the physical aspect of this chakra, we can relate it with the process of apprehension. So remember that it's apprehension with an H, because apprehension means to learn, is another word for learning, that comes from Latin, and that means this movement that you do to go outside to catch something and bring it to you. So let's remember that the throat chakra is related with the communication. So also is related with the law of vibration. So everything that vibrates in the outside is connected to the vibration within. So when I speak, when I communicate, I also receive the answers back. So I am learning by the environment. So this is the process of learning and to educate, to express, and that everything that I express and that I learn is coming to me and through me because it vibrates and resounds with me. So everything that is around me, everything that resounds with me is because I am related to everything through vibration. Everything is connected with vibration. So this means that what you have in when we say a word, when we express something, we emit a vibration that moves the waves of vibration around me, and like a sonar in a boat, it will resound all the vibration and come back to me as an echo. So remember that the law of the vibration would be to resound, which is I create a sound, and that sound goes into the outside and then comes back to me again as an echo. So that's what we call resound. Okay, when the sound comes back to me again. So when I understand the resounding concept, I can also understand that everything that comes to me is is because it is vibrating in the same level as I am vibrating. So this is why everything that I need or that I express for myself, all of that is going to come to me again. So basically, this is what we used to call the law of attraction, that I express something that I need, so that thing that resounds with what I need is going to come to me. So picture this, that this law has nothing, no relation with what I believe. It's related with what I vibrate. So we usually have to think that attraction comes from vibration. So we may know a lot of people that even if they think in a good way, they don't vibrate in a good way. For example, people that thinks that they think that we have to be good people, that we have to act properly, but then in the other hand, they gossip and criticize others constantly. So there's a lot of people that they believe how you are supposed to be, but they live their lives very differently from what they believe. And this is what we would say to think is not the same as vibrate. So this is why the law of attraction works only about how I vibrate in my life and not how I think in my life. So what we have to understand now is that due to this vibration, one of the things that we usually do is, for example, that the vibration that I have within is going to be expressed in order to look for something in the outside. So for example, if I am vibrating low or in negative, I will try to express myself to go outside to look for something positive, for a positive energy. So in the other hand, we also, being positive, for example, we are going to go outside to look for something negative, which in this meaning, in this sense, to look for something negative, being positive, would be to look for a challenge, to transcend yourself, to go into another level. So for example, easy example, I am in positive because I am like with a lot of energy, so I am looking for something negative, something that I don't have, that I don't know, that could help me to go into another level of consciousness. For example, to learn another language. Maybe you say, I want to learn something new that I don't have, and that thing is a negative. So you make your challenge to go into another process by something that you don't know how to handle. So in this way, positive or negative, they are looking stuff in the outside. So this happens not only as a human, but also in the atomic realm. So everything is looking for positive and negative, trying to reach new things. So the reason why we, as positive or negative, usually look for the opposite outside is because what we are trying to do is to evolve, to find the harmony through evolution. So what we are trying to do is to take more things, new things, that helps us to be more in balance and also to transcend ourselves in order to go in another level of awareness. So as I said, this happens not only in the atomic realm, but also as humans in our daily life. So in order to do this process, to realize that you vibrate in some symphony and that you have to go outside to look for something, we have these words to say it, to express it. This means that you, from the inside, has to express and go outside, towards the outside. And why do you move outside? Because you have something prior, something behind that tells you, I need something in advance. So this that you are looking for in advance, going outside, is something that you need, that you have to grab, to catch, so you can have it. So in Latin, we would say to go outside, ad, for something previous, which you may say prae, and to catch that new thing, which in Latin you may say endere. So apprehende is the origin of the word apprehend, which also comes from the Saxon word jornia, that means to catch, to grab, which is the name of English learn. So what this means, that the physical body will try to go outside to catch new things that are useful for it to go into another level of awareness, to evolve. So to apprehend means that the body, the physical body, is willing to look for something that it needs, so it make it by it made those things as their own. So the body says, this is mine now, this is part of myself, so now I will use it to go into another stage of my evolution, because it holds us within. So to apprehend is to catch something that was outside and make it as your own within. So the process of apprehension is something that we all do in the first 7 years of our lives, when we are trying to adapt to the environment. So we take all these things that the environment gives us in order to allow ourselves to move and to expand and transcend in that space. So this means that in the first years of our lives, what we do is to accept from the external many of the things that we naturalize and normalize through our lives, but that they were not ours, like the language we speak, the actions we take, the attitudes that we use, the attributes that maybe we imitate from others in our family or environment, the culture, the way of thinking. So what we apprehend is the ability to accept as our own many of the things that helps us be where we are. So when we go to school, the process of apprehension becomes the process of learning. So what does it means to learn? To learn means to acquire something by constant repetition and by imitation, the mimic of it, but memorizing these concepts. So the process of learning usually holds also the concept of I will forget everything that I study for the test. So the difference, for example, between apprehend and learn is, for example, that in the process of learning, we would say America was colonialized in 1492, for example. But that's just information. It's not my own. It's not. I didn't apprehend that. It's not useful for my life. But it's something that I just memorized to know it. It's a code, nothing else. So to apprehend is to take stuff that will be useful for my daily life inside of me. And to learn is to take data information that I will maybe use someday, but it's just information. So one of the things that we have to realize is that the most of the apprehension process is done by the physical body, not by the mind. So we would say that the mind learns, but the body apprehends. So this is the differences. To learn is by the mind, and to apprehend is body. So this means that in order to apprehend something new, to do something different, I have to take action, to do it with my body, to act in my life. This is why the great changes of our lives cannot be done just by doing meditation. So meditation would help us to order the physical, to think about the physical, to think about the issues, but then we have to take action. We have to do stuff. We have to work physically to acquire that information really within. So this is the main thing that we have to learn about today, or that we have to acquire today, acknowledge, which is that in order to apprehend, we need to act, to do, to move ourselves. So this is why, in order to learn how to do it again, we have to go back before we started to go to school. So at the first 7 years of our life. So let's repeat this. This is why in the spiritual path that we all are taking, the spiritual path usually are very mind, that the path is very in the mind, with the process of learn, which is good because you have the information. But once you have the information, you have to make the action. You have to take action to do it. So we started in this month, we started by just taking notes. Okay, that's the first action that we have to do in order to calm the mind. We will have a lot of months ahead where we will have to take action. See? So remember that we still have Capricorn to work, Aries to make the exercise, and Taurus for the eating process. Physical. A lot of work to put in practice. So this is why we needed, in order to do that, we needed to understand what learn and apprehend mean. So we could start to make the process of acknowledging, okay, that the physical is the one that apprehend. So the task for today is to write down about what are the first learnings, the first processes of apprehension that you had in your life. So we are going to start this by writing down what was the first word that we ever said in our lives. So what we have to do first, so it's write down the first word that we ever said, and then all the things that you could remember that you have learned in your first 7 years of life, not after the 7 years, before. What have you learned from your mom, from your dad, from whoever was around you? So, for example, something easy, like the first time you learn how to ride a bike. I don't know, something like that. So, for example, maybe through a heat, we understood how to walk properly and not to fall again. It doesn't matter if it's a good thing or bad thing. The important thing is that you could remember something that you have learned before you were 7 years old. So don't make any question, just whatever. So remember, must be stuff that you have learned and that you keep inside even today. Things that you still today you can do without thinking in your daily life. So we could all remember something, because all the things like, for example, talking, we have learned that when we were less than 7 years. So, for example, everyone maybe would remember when you were trying to do your homework or to write it down, A, B, C, and who was there? Was your mom? Was your dad? Was someone else? The teacher? Whoever. Okay? So never say, no, I can't, I don't remember now. Never. Just open your mind and just let it go. So maybe you can not know now, but maybe tomorrow or in a month, you will start to remember. So never say no. Just open your mind and allow the information to come. So also, if you cannot remember anything and you are trying to very hard in different days, so maybe you have to ask yourself, why I can't remember? So when I recognize that I am trying to block the memories from my childhood, maybe I can ask why constantly, because maybe your mind is trying to block something heavy, like, I don't know, a rape, violence, I don't know, stuff like that, bad stuff that you hated, but you learned also from those things. You have learned a lot of things from those bad things. So you also have to write it down, to acknowledge it. So I hope you could understand why it's so important the physical body in all this process, because only the physical body is the one able to apprehend. The information get printed in our cells, in our body, in our DNA. So the vibration of today is Se. So the statement for today is, I am the grid of vibrations. The code for today is the soul pattern V. It says, The only thing we take when we die, it's the inheritance of what we have lived, learned, experienced. Every being is a legacy itself, and memory is the only great success that we earned at the end of every life. The is the sound of what we have accomplished in life, the luggage, the luggage we receive and we deliver, the concept of the soul's home, I am the grid of vibrations. So let's go to that. So we begin by stretching the body, massaging the body, and yawning. No. Take a deep breath and relax your body. Breathe in and breathe out by the nose. I become aware of the oxygen coming inside my body through the nose, towards the lungs, heart, blood, organs, and muscles. Take a deep breath and go within your body, acknowledging every one of the cells of your body until you see one that calls your attention. Go with it until you see it big as your own body in front of you. Take a deep breath and go inside this cell and starts to float inside the cytoplasm. Grabbing the chromosomes and disarming it until you feel strips of DNA curling around your fingers, feeling the codes and the information that makes you be who you are. I observe above and recognize that I am inside an egg, an ovulus, a mother cell, and even more above, I perceive the light of the I Am coming towards me as a spiral with the shape of a spermatozoid, heading to my crown. As I perceive the I Am, the spermatozoid touching the egg, I feel how it changed the magnetism of the egg, making it shine in every direction as a sun. Take a deep breath and perceive the I Am coming inside the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, plexus, and from there, feel how all its genetic material starts to spread towards the sacrum, the root, knees and feet. As I feel the potential of the I Am, I feel how my cell starts to divide in two, doing meiosis, cellular mitosis. I recognize in the cell, from my point of view, the I, and the one in front of me, the Am, both being I Am. Take a deep breath and be aware of these two cells divided in 4, 8, 16, and so on towards all the directions. And with my vibration, I start to expand each one of the organs that are being created. I begin to pronounce the sound very soft. I keep pronouncing it as I feel the body, my body, start to create itself. I feel myself being created as these cells expand with my sound. My heart is being formed, lungs, the brain, stomach, liver, pancreas, each one of the glands, each one of the tissues, muscles, and bones. I perceive how my body starts to be informed within my mother. I perceive my feet and legs, my back, arms and hands, and also my head. I start to move ahead, up, as I take deep breath. I push towards the outside the womb, feeling the light in the crown. I feel all my head going out. I feel the crown, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and now all my neck outside. I feel the light and clarity. And I allow myself to set free my sound. I recognize I am a grid of vibration. I am a grid of vibration. I am a grid of vibration. And is because of this grid of vibration that I am open to receive and apprehend about life. Take my hands to my heart. Everything that I vibrate builds what I am. I am a grid of vibration. I apprehend. I am. Take a deep breath. And I start to bring this consciousness through all my body, caressing, stretching, and yawning. And I come back here and now, opening my eyes. All good. So remember that the task for today is to write down all the first words that you remember you learned, you said, and also all the things that you could remember you have learned in the first 7 years of your life. And of course, drink a lot of water and rest a lot. See you tomorrow, as always, for the heart. Bye.